Hey everyone, welcome to the ranking. Here's my ranking of all of Steven Spielberg's movies, from my least favorite to my favorite. All 33 of his films that he's directed. Oh boy, this is a big list. This is a big one. This is a big one. I have it all written down because there's no fucking way I'm gonna memorize the order of all Steven Spielberg's movies, especially the ranking I wanted. Years ago, around the time I first started this channel, I did a top 10 of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies, and I mostly agree with the top 2 and stuff, and a lot of the top 10 is pretty accurate, just they're in the wrong order and stuff, so basically this list is very different from that top 10 list because that was years ago, and just, again, I was first starting off on YouTube and stuff, and I didn't really know what my favorites were, but now I really do, and shit like that, and yeah, I had a recommendation to do this, and I'm not going to do this with every director because it's a lot. It's a lot. And the reason I'm doing Spielberg is Steven Spielberg is my all-time favorite director, so yeah. So let's get to it. Here's our ranking of all of Steven Spielberg's movies from my least favorite to my favorite. Coming at the very top at number 33 is 1941, the worst Spielberg film. It's not funny. It's not creative. The satire is not clever. I get having John Belushi's cool, and I get satirizing your own films is awesome, but it's not awesome. It's boring, it's dull, it's not funny, and don't ever watch the director's cut because you'll want to shoot yourself after. So yeah, 1941. Number 32 is The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I can't stand this sequel. I think Jeff Goldblum is the best character, Ian Malcolm, and I thought a movie about him being the main character sounded cool and awesome, and just yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Unfortunately, the movie's boring and dull and doesn't get cool until the dinosaur goes to the city, and that doesn't even last that long, and just these characters are stupid and ridiculous. The only scene I like, again, is the city, and also the cornfield chase scene with the raptors. That's kind of cool and stuff, but all in all, I don't know why Spielberg came back to do the sequel. It's not very good. Number 31 is Always, a very boring romance movie, and it's not funny or deep or dramatic. It's got a couple okay performances, and it's got a pretty, endearing ending, but I don't know, I'm glad Spielberg didn't do romance after, so that's good. Number 30 is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I actually have a huge guilty pleasure for this movie, even though the CGI does not hold up, and the refrigerator scene is ridiculous, and there's a couple scenes that are just not funny, and I find John Hurt kind of underutilized, and I find Ray Winstone the most pointless character ever. But I don't mind Shia LaBeouf the movie. I don't mind Harrison Ford in the film. I liked bringing Marion back, and the practicality was really cool. The motorcycle chase was cool. I didn't mind Cate Blanchett either, and I liked Aliens. That's a cool concept. It's not a good movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but it's not awful. I have a soft spot for it. Alright, number 29 is AI, Artificial Intelligence. The funny thing is, I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a better movie than AI. I don't know, it's a very unpopular opinion. I have more fun. I've seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull more than AI. I've only seen AI once, but AI is a better movie because it has more deeper and profound storytelling, and Jude Law is really good in that movie, and has very good visuals, and it's an homage to Stanley Kubrick. That's really cool. Too bad Haley Joel Osment is not good in the movie, and I don't like the ending. And yeah, I give the homage to Pinocchio and stuff, but I don't know. I don't personally like AI, but it's very creative and innovative, and I respect that. It's an homage to Stanley Kubrick, so there's that. Number 28, The BFG. The BFG is a silly, fun kids movie that isn't watchable. I liked Mark Rylance, and the chemistry with the little girl's cool and stuff. It's just, it's a fun kids movie. It's a movie I could definitely show my kids in the future, but it's nothing that groundbreaking. It's nothing that watchable. I've never watched it again since I saw it in theaters because there's no need to, but it's not bad. It's okay. Number 27 is Empire of the Sun. I think this is probably the more overrated Steven Spielberg movie. I think it's very boring. I get it's telling a very tragic story and stuff. It's got a young Christian Bale. I don't know. It's hard for me to get invested in this movie personally, and I found it kind of kind of dull, and I don't know. Christian Bale's good, and there's a few good performances. It's got beautiful cinematography. Just I don't know. It's not my thing. That's just not my thing. Number 26, The Sugarland Express. It's his second film with Goldie Hawn. Basically about breaking a convict out and stuff. It's really cool. It's like a road trip movie. I like that like low budget feel and stuff. I feel like Goldie Hawn's the only one that's legit great in the film, and I feel like there is some sloppy editing because it's still his first film. But it's still a very fun, enjoyable film. It's a cool movie to watch as one of his first films, so there's that. Coming in number 25 is the Twilight Zone movie. The Twilight Zone movie is really good. It still technically is because he did direct a part of the movie. It was directed by multiple directors like John Landis, Joe Dante, George Miller, Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg's story is really good. I actually really enjoyed the movie. I think it's actually a very cool movie. Got really cool short stories. I love the opening. Opening's like my favorite and stuff. And I like the movie. It's a very difficult movie to find on Blu-ray, but I really enjoy it because I really loved the old school show, and I like the movie. Yeah, I have a soft spot for it. Number 24 is The Terminal. I've only seen this movie once, up until a couple months ago. I saw it a second time. I never liked this movie, and I never understood why people enjoyed it, but upon rewatching it, I watched it again like a month and a half ago. It's actually pretty good, and I like Tom Hanks' performance in the movie. And there is some interesting commentary in the film, and just I love that it has this like very low budget feel, and just I don't know. I like Catherine Zeta-Jones in the movie as well, and I like a lot of the other characters, and just I like its simplistic writing and its simplistic story, and it's not an amazing film, but I think it's actually pretty underrated. I actually didn't mind it. Number 23 is The Post. The Post is not a brilliant film, but it's still really good because Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep are both very good, and it basically does what the All the President's Men did, but All the President's Men did much better. But yeah, The Post is still good though. Number 22 is Amistad. Amistad's a great film, fantastic film, not in the slightest bit watchable, just like Schindler's List. Not watchable. It's a lot about slavery during this time and just the brutality of it, and the courtroom scenes are all great. Because I love Anthony Hopkins in this movie. But Jean Montague is great. Matthew McConaughey is great. A lot of people are very good in this movie. And it's a really well-told story, and it's a very true story. And it's definitely a film you should definitely watch at least once. But it's a little disturbing. Number 21, Bridge of Spies. Really great film. Mark Rylance did not deserve the supporting actor over Stallone for Creed. No way. But still a good movie with good writing. The Coen brothers wrote this movie. Spielberg directed it. I love the third act with the bridge, all of them on the bridge and stuff. Really good scene, very intense scene. I love Tom Hanks again in this movie. He's so good. I love the shots. I love the editing. I love the score. I just think it's an all-around really great spy film, and it doesn't need action scenes to create a thrilling spy movie. Just very intriguing characters and good dialogue, so I like Bridge of Spies. Number 20, Munich. Munich, really good movie. Another pretty hard to watch film by Eric Bana. Super good in this film. The ending, incredibly intense. Very huge tension in this film. Again, just solid writing, good characters, and it shows the real life events in a very tragic way. Just really good. Number 19, The Color Purple. The Color Purple. Regardless to Spielberg, he either makes like the most funnest movies ever or the most fucking depressing films. The Color Purple is one of the most depressing films fucking ever. It's got Whoopi Goldberg, Danny Glover, Oprah Winfrey, all of which are great in the film. Beautiful cinematography, great editing, fantastic productions and costumes. As a film, it's genius. Watchability factor? Absolutely none. Number 18 is War of the Worlds. I love this movie. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. I like the old school 50s version a lot more. But I still enjoy this movie. I like Tom Cruise in the film. I liked his chemistry with Dakota Fanning. I like his survival, and his character arc is really great in the film. And I love that he has to become a good dad to save his children from this alien invasion. The twist ending's ridiculous. Justin Chatwin's pretty annoying. There's a couple characters that are absolutely useless and just, I don't know why they're in the movie, but the effects still hold up. The opening scene when the aliens come and then they're like zapping all the people with the lights and Tom Cruise is running, that shit is fucking intense. And yeah, I have a soft spot for War of the Worlds. Alright, number 17 is Duel, his first film. Really strong first film. Basically about this guy in a car getting hunted by a dude in a truck because he cuts him off on the highway. And basically this guy is just taunting him and trying to kill him just because he cut him off. Really insane. The scene when he's in the diner and he knows the truck driver's in that diner, he doesn't know which guy is the truck driver, is a really great scene. It's a really well acted scene. It's a non-stop thrill ride. It's like you're unnerved almost the moment when the movie begins, and that's really good. It's a very creative film. A really great first film. Holy shit. Number 16, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Really great underrated film. Kalima, Hamam Shabai. Super good. Very dark, very gritty. Love Harrison Ford. Love the locations, the productions, the actions kick ass. I think Willie Scott and Short Route are fucking annoying and they almost jeopardize the film. But other than that, movie's great. Number 15 is The Adventures of Tintin. Really great animated film. I wish they made sequels to this because it's so good. I love that Peter Jackson produced it, Edgar Wright wrote it, and Steven Spielberg directed it. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Daniel Craig, Jamie Bell, all great in the film. The animation, the motion capture animation is beautiful. The action is great. It's a great swashbuckling action-adventure pirate movie. It's a fun time, Tintin. It's a good movie. Number 14, Schindler's List. Very unpopular opinion. It's a masterpiece. I know it's a masterpiece. I know it is. It's got probably some of the best shot composition and color coding in film history. The way they do the use of colors, the black and white and the colors, is brilliant, ingenious. Editing, amazing. Production, costumes, performances, all spectacular. It's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece of a film. The reason it's not lower on the list is because it's a personal list. It's not about what I think the best Spielberg films are. It's about my favorite films. I've seen Schindler's List twice, and it was a grind to get through both times because the movie's just so disturbing. Like, I love the movie. It's a great movie, but it is so off-putting because it's talking about the Holocaust. It's not a very disturbing, it's not a very pleasant, subject matter, so it doesn't have a watchability factor for me. And which brings us to 13, Hook. I know, everyone's like gonna get angry. They're like, you put Hook lower than Schindler's List. You're crazy. I like Hook more. I grew up with Hook. Hook is my childhood. I own the VHS, then the DVDs, then the Blu-ray. I love this movie. I love Dustin Hoffman as Hook. I love Robin Williams as Peter Pan, and Bob Hoskins as Smee, and Julia Roberts even as Tinkerbell, Dante Bosco as Rufio. I love the score, the action, the comedy. It's such a feel-good movie. And it's a nostalgia, that's why. Alright, number 12, War Horse. Really great film. Came out around Christmas time. Back in 2011, I think? It's 2011. Really great film, and I love it through the perspective of this horse. When this horse goes through World War I. It is such a brutal, raw film, but it's fantastic. Expertly directed, well structured. When he meets up with his owner again at the ending, just almost brought tears to my eyes. And I love the scene when the horse is tangled up, and it takes two opposing sides to work together to free the horse. Just so many beautiful moments in War Horse. I loved it. Number 11, Ready Player One. Sheer fun, nostalgia, action, sci-fi. I loved it. Is it a deeply flawed film? Most definitely. Fucking loved it, though. Loved it. Loved the characters. I loved Ty Sheridan in the film. I loved Olivia Cook, Ben Mendelsohn, all greats. Simon Pegg, Mark Rylance, everyone. The references to all the video games, movies, comic books. All great. Just great movie. Kick-ass soundtrack. I love Ready Player One. I don't know. I love it. Number 10, Last Crusade, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is after the Holy Grail, and he's got his dad, Sean Connery. Amazing. The chemistry between him and Sean Connery, amazing. Makes amazing comedy. I love the action. I love the Indiana Jones girl in this one, Dr. Elsa Schneider. I like that she's not like the love interest in this movie, though. She's a love interest, but also a villain. That's great. I love Donovan. Donovan's such a great, just manipulative villain. I love it, and I love all the stuff Indiana Jones goes through at the ending. The penitent man shall pass. You shall spell Jehovah. Yeah. And the cup scene, really cool scene. Number 9, Lincoln, Honest Abe Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis's performance is probably, I think this is one of his best performances ever. I know everyone says There Will Be Blood. That is a really great performance. His performance in Lincoln is mind-blowing. He becomes Abraham Lincoln. So good. And a lot of the rules he had to break to get that amendment passed. Interesting stuff. Really good writing. It's dialogue done at its best. Number 8, Minority Report. Everyone knows I love deep, profound sci-fi films. This is a very clever, smart film. And it's Spielberg and it's Tom Cruise, so what's not to like? Number 7, Saving Private Ryan. One of the best war films. The fucking beach at Normandy is like the most fucked up scene ever. Like, that fucking beach scene is... Woo! That's crazy. Most disturbing war scene I've ever seen. Hacksaw Ridge tried to give it a run for his money, but I don't know about that. Expertly directed film. Tom Hanks is brilliant in this film, and the ending is amazing, and just, really great film. Number 6, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Again, I love sci-fi. I watched this film in my sci-fi class in grade 11, and this made me fall in love with science fiction, this film. That's how much this film means to me. Number 5, Jurassic Park. Love Jurassic Park. This is a monster movie done perfectly. It's got cool monsters, which are dinosaurs, which is all mostly practical effects, animatronics, and CGI a little bit, and it's a monster movie with interesting characters that we like and we root for because they're intelligent and they're just humans. I love Dr. Grant, I love Laura Dern, I love Ian Malcolm, John Hammond, even fucking Wayne Knight's character, what's his name? Dennis? Dotson! We got Dotson here! Even the kids, Timmy and Lex, they're great and stuff, and the lawyer who gets eaten off the shitter, just all great scenes. Just a great film. I love Jurassic Park. Number 4, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Great movie with his relationship about this boy and this alien, Elliot. I love the relationship between Elliot and E.T. It's the most beautiful thing ever. Probably one of the best John Williams scores ever. The scene when he's running on the bike across the moon, one of the great, most iconic shots ever. And this is what made Spielberg his career, pretty much. So yeah, E.T. Number 3, Jaws. Again, one of the best monster films ever. Again, interesting characters. Quint, Chief Brody, Hooper, great characters. Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, Roy Schneider, all great. That whole third act with them on the orca is like the best ever. And just that shark, just Bruce, this one scary motherfucker. Yeah. Jaws, one of the greatest films ever. Number 2, Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can is one of my all-time favorite Spielberg films. I love Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie, and just I love it. Yeah, I got my kitty. Hey you. Do you love Catch Me If You Can? Hey? Do you love Catch Me If You Can? Yeah, she loves Catch Me If You Can. It's about one of the most youngest criminals in American history, Frank Abagnale Jr., how he, frauded the banks with checks and stuff. Leonardo DiCaprio, amazing. Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken, all fantastic. And, yeah, great movie. It's one of my favorites. And my number 1 is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my all-time favorite films of all time. Great action-adventure film. Harrison Ford. Belloc, one of the great movie villains ever. Karen Allen, Marion, one of the best Indiana Jones girls ever. Editing, amazing. The opening scene is one of my favorite opening scenes to all of cinema. Just, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark. Everyone knows how much I love it, so Raiders of the Lost Ark. So yeah, woo! That's my ranking of all Steven Spielberg's movies, all 33 films he's directed, from my least favorite to my favorite. So in the comment section below, please tell me, give me your ranking of all his films. If you don't want to do that, just give me your favorite and least favorite. Give your thoughts and opinions, comment below, let me know. And as always, like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.